Anyway, how you going? How's it doing? Sorry, I got caught off guard there by pressing the button myself. It's Nick and Tom here. South China Morning Post. The post-fight podcast is back, Tom. Been a long time. I was looking through the archives when we actually did one of these. It's been a while. I think it was our end-of-year awards thing. So,
Yeah, we did do the one to discuss Victoria Lee, of course, but
of course, yeah.
that was not quite the same. But yeah, it's good to be back. Good to be talking about fights again. We got some fights tomorrow, I guess, tonight for you. I don't know what the time zones, but we got these Lumpinee fights coming up.
Tonight for you, is it? Or
tomorrow morning for me. It's in 24 hours, I think, right?
Or okay, tomorrow night for me, yeah.
Yeah. It's confusing. It's always confusing, but as a few people have said, it's extra confusing this time around for some reason with these two cards in Lumpinee. I think they're back to back. It hasn't been totally clear when they're happening or how people can watch them, but it's all coming together.
Well, I was going to task you, Tom, with writing an article for the faithful fans of South China Morning Post. So maybe after this, if you're working today, you could try and clear it up for all of us. But
yeah, easy.
I'm sure our man Bear Fraser will point it all out to us.
They put a graphic up on Instagram that actually just straight up explains the times. It's got nice, the two cards put together. Yeah, so the Nongo card, the main event, like the big fight there, that starts at 9:30 Eastern in the morning on Friday. And the earlier card, which is the one with Sexton and Tyson Harrison, is at 7:30. So Nick, you were right. Well, so that'll be 7:30 p.m. for people in Bangkok.
Yeah, Tom and I were just discussing before we went live. We will try and do a fight companion and a live blog, give it the whole shebang, the usual coverage. So we'll see how it goes. You know, it's new territory, isn't it, Tom? For us here, weekly content. It's normally once a month or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And we've sort of been lamenting that over the last year or so. Just these lulls in coverage. Just there's nothing to write about when you're in the middle of the space between two cards. But with these weekly cards, there's certainly going to be more to cover, especially if they're giving us, a title fight every couple of weeks or, big fights here and there, like this Nongo fight.
Yeah, very, very happy to have some stuff to talk about, write about. I think we will be previewing this thing fully in this show, but we also want to just recap the madness and the drama from last Saturday, from One Fight Night 6, and we're supposed to be getting Mikey Musumeci, the man himself, coming on the show. He was supposed to join at 10, so I don't know what's going on. He might just jump in any minute now. We'll just proceed, without him as normal. Hopefully he's not forgotten or got tied up. But, a lot to talk about with him as well, with a lot of hoo-ha has been blown up the last couple of days, kind of by me as well, particularly, but his opponent's horrific injury. So we'll save the chat about that for Mikey if he does turn up, when and if. But we'll get into all the Lumpinee stuff later. But Tom, you weren't there; I was there, so I didn't talk to you really. You ran a live blog with your usual excellent panache and everything.
Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of talking points. I had a good chat with Chatri as well about it. I think, what was your overall takeaway from this show? It was a lot of talking points.
Well, you mentioned panache, man. First off, hats off to you for covering that so well. You were a workhorse, as always, on the ground without me to help out this time. So extra kudos to you for handling that the way you did, flying solo. But yeah, where do we even start with this one? I mean, the main event. Do we start with the main event? Do we build to that? The main event was crazy. I don't think anybody expected that, right? We had the number 1 and 2 pound for pound kickboxers in the world fighting for the title in the eyes of most people. And you sort of expect a fight between two guys like that to be competitive, maybe a little bit of back and forth action, knockdowns for each guy. Not the way it happened, of course. Chingas just went out there and bulldozed him, really. The 3 knockdowns, as I've said in a few of the things I've written since, those knockdowns happened very quickly. It was almost like the moment Superbong got back up, Chingas was right back on him and dropped him again seconds later. So it was just an incredible display from him. And that's the moment that I'll remember, certainly, from that card.
Yeah, I had a good chat with Chatri, as I mentioned, about that. And he pointed out, Chingas just was throwing no patterns, right? It was really hard for Superbong to get a read on him the excellent game plan, and he didn't see it coming.
Oh,
Well, here he is, leg breaker.
What's up, man?
What's up, dude? How you doing?
Yeah,
Sorry
we're
for the
good.
delay. I was just at Luke Colley. Remember I told you about that here in Singapore?
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, how is it?
Yeah. So I was just rushing back.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I see your name there, leg breaker. You have chosen as your. Is this your new nickname? You're going to replace Darth Rigatoni with the leg breaker.
No, it's just I'm just embracing it at this point.
Well, you got the crying emoji too, which sort of implies that you're maybe not feeling super good about tearing that guy's leg apart.
Definitely not. I feel horrible about it. I feel so guilty, but I'm trying to just move on from it.
I don't think you need to feel guilty at all, man. That guy knows how to tap. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, I just obviously the guy was psychotic, so I feel like I should have helped him and just done something else.
Well, that's not your job.
If I could go back, I would have just taken his back and put him to sleep in like the first like minute or two, and then we wouldn't have this problem. And then the guy could walk, train, compete, and I wouldn't have this guilt on my shoulders.
Well, yeah. Let's talk us through it, Mikey, because you had him in this leg lock for 8 minutes. What was going through your head? Like, why won't this guy tap?
What happened was, I get to his leg, I get the Mikey lock, which is when I do a heel hook on my neck. I lock it in, and in my mind, I'm like, all right, the fight's over. I look at my corner, and I'm looking at them like I'm ready to go back to them. Like I'm thinking in my mind, okay, the fight's done. I'm gonna go back to my corner. Like this is over. I'm gonna go wait some time. Then I feel his foot pop again. Pops like another 6 times, and then I start feeling his knee pop, and I'm just like, wait, what's going on? Like, why is the match still on? And I'm just confused. And then I'm.
Oh, we lost Mikey.
So then I switch to a regular heel hook, and I start going again. And then his knee starts popping more. And I'm like, wait, what the hell is going on? And then I switch to a reverse figure 4. I practiced a lot of breaking mechanics, especially with leg locks and joint locks. But a lot of it is theoretical, where you're like, all right, if I keep going here, this will take your leg off. But you never actually do it. So so this is basically how my mind became when I was doing this leg lock. That's why I was freaked out after the fight or match, because people get mad when we call jiu-jitsu fights, even though I think that I deserve to call fight.
Yeah, you definitely fought that guy.
Considering that I was on an MMA Muay Thai kickboxing card, and my match was the most damaging, dangerous match out of all the matches on the card, right? So basically it felt like I had a knife and the guy is alive and you're trying to cut off his leg. That's what it became like in my mind when I was doing this hook. That's why I was disturbed after, because my mind went like crazy, like I psychotic.
Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, well, Mikey's got some of that infamous Singapore Wi-Fi as well going on, which we struggled with, Tom, in Singapore. But
I think I should
we
take
got
off my
most of that.
Wi-Fi. 1 second.
Okay. Well, yeah, I wanted to ask you, Mikey, as well, if you can hear us, or maybe we'll wait for you to. Yeah, Tom, what did you make of the fight? I haven't got your take on it because we will call it a fight, not a match. Let's give Mikey his due.
Yeah. Hello?
Nope.
Oh, hey. Yeah. Hey, what's up?
I think it's better now. I think that Wi-Fi was making it way worse.
Yeah, that Wi-Fi was terrible. Much better. Okay.
Yeah. So basically to recap what I was saying, if it went out, I felt like I had a knife and the guy was alive and I was cutting his leg off. So it made me get to like the psychotic state. So I felt crazy after the fight and I felt disturbed.
I bet, man.
And then I was
Mikey,
mad at
this
the
is maybe
guy for making me get into that state. Like I was like really pissed at the guy for making me get to that state, you know?
Yeah, I think I'd be a little frustrated too, because I mean, you don't set out to do serious damage to these people, right? Ideally, you just want to go out there and get the
No,
tap and get your money, right? But
yeah, like even when I'm breaking someone's leg, I have good vibes. Like I don't have vibes like I'm hurting the person. Like my vibe is just doing a gentle, steady pressure submission and looking at the person, giving them that face like please tap and waiting for them to tap and they don't. So I have to just keep going. And another reason I was upset after the match, I put a lot of pressure on myself that I have to finish my opponent. So every time I don't finish the match, I feel like I failed and I felt like I let Shatri down, you know, because I really want to perform because I know the opportunity he's giving us in submission grappling and jiu-jitsu. So I feel like it's my responsibility to finish these matches. So immediately when he came into the cage, the first thing I said to him was, I'm sorry. I apologize because I thought I felt like I almost lost because I hurt the guy and I didn't finish the match. So it was two bad things at once, you know?
I remember you said that after your fight with Kleber that you were kind of disappointed you didn't get the tap, but I feel like this is a bit of a different situation because
This is like
anybody
the
else
most
you would have gotten the
submission
tap.
decision ever, right? This is like the most
Yeah.
submission win decision possible.
Yeah, I think we can give you the honorary tap in this one because I mean, anybody else would have tapped, right? Why do you think he didn't tap, Mikey? Was it pride? Was it toughness? Did he maybe just not realize the damage that was being done to his leg? Like, what was going through his head, do you think?
I think his ego was super high. And for some reason, what I'm learning is in some cultures, especially in Asia, they have like this like life or death battle mentality. I didn't really see it that bad in the US, but in Asia, they're really intense. They're really intense. I remember I went to a local tournament in Malaysia with my ex-girlfriend, and I was coaching her, and the people when she was fighting were screaming, break her neck, rip her head off. Like I'm like, what the hell? This is a grappling match with girls. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, Asians are freaking intense when it comes to these matches. That's what I'm learning. And apparently, I guess in his mind, if he gets submitted, it's like defeat. But if you don't get submitted, you're not defeated. Like something crazy like that. Like, just dude, if you just tap, you could compete again next week if you want. But now he's probably out 2 years, I was reading, because the surgery, he can start training again maybe in like a year from now, but the damage that's done in his leg is like really bad. So, and I felt every part of his knee explode. Again, it feels like cardboard, just you're ripping it over and over. And it's just nasty.
Man, was there any part of you that like wanted to stop? Like, I mean, you want to win the fight, right? But like,
I did stop. With 2 minutes left, I'm just like, screw this. I'm just going to choke this guy, you know? So then I switched to his other leg and I calf sliced him to the back and I ran out of time when I was going to put him to sleep. And at the end of the fight, I'm like, shit, this is what I should have just done. Like a minute in, then we wouldn't have any of this problem. I would have submitted him fast. It was just frustrating. But then I also was thinking, like, while I was doing this, I was like thinking in my mind, what do I have to do to separate this guy's leg? Like I became like psychotic. So the only thing left on that guy's leg were muscles holding his leg together. So theoretically, after the match, I realized if I would have done a calf slicer on that same leg that I broke everything in, that would have completely separated the leg because the only thing left were muscles.
Oh, man.
But what the hell is this? I didn't know jiu-jitsu was this crazy.
It's crazy, man.
Have you ever had anything that bad, Mikey? And any opponent? Is that the most stubborn opponent?
No, never. I've broken many legs before, many feet, knees, legs. You know what I mean? Like a nice 1 or 2 pops. Like, you know, a casual 1 or 2 pops. Then there's a nice tap. You shake hands. The match is over. This freaking over and over and over and over. And then feeling different parts of the knee go. So, so nasty. I've been training. I train every day. So after the match, I've been training, and every time I lock my hands in a heel hook, I get like nauseous, and I just want to let go.
Oh man.
I'm
So you're
on
not
a
gonna be chasing that.
I'm probably gonna be on a choke kick for a while, just only chokes.
I was gonna say take a break from that Mikey lock for a little while, eh?
Dude, I don't know. It definitely opened my mind to how dangerous jiu-jitsu can be. You know, it is a very gentle sport, you know, and people don't say, oh, you shouldn't call jiu-jitsu a fight because there's no punching and kicking. And I understand that. But the damage that we're doing in these matches, that makes it a combat sport, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing about jiu-jitsu, right? Is like just the context of competition, because there's the tap, because people can give up when something's about to happen. You don't usually see the insane damage that it can cause. But if somebody refuses to tap, then you get to see that.
And of course it's with me, right? Of course I have to be a part of this messed up science experiment. How far you could break a leg in a heel hook.
Well, that's the funny thing about it, Mikey, is you're known as this, sweet kind of, really outgoing guy. People don't
I feel like
expect
that
you
brings out the ego in people more. I feel like because of my personality, people have a bigger ego against me that they don't want to get submitted. So then it brings out this part of them. And of course, I have to be a part of this and have to deal with it.
A little birdie told us that you had some DMs with him after the fact. You guys had some exchanges on Instagram or something.
Yeah. So
what happened with that?
Yeah. So yesterday, he mentions me in a post, and he's like, he just mentions me in a post about what I said about that it was stupid that he didn't tap or whatever, and I said to him, no, he said something like, in 2 months I'm gonna be running again. That's what he wrote me. And I said to him, I wish that you were able to run and train right after the match. I'd never wanted to hurt you. I feel horrible that you got hurt. Like, I feel guilty. I never wanted to hurt you. And then he said something like, that's the only way you could beat me. You could never submit me. He said something like that to me. So I said to him, I blame myself for hurting you. I should have just put you to sleep in the first minute. I said something like that to him.
What did he say?
Let me tell you the exact convo. I'm opening it.
Oh, wow.
Sweet. That's awesome.
So he posted, hey, what's up, Mikey Musumeci? I will be running in maybe 2 months. So then I wrote him, I wanted that you could be able to run and train right after the match. I wish this didn't happen. I hope you have a fast recovery. So then he said to me, why are you not happy that you win? You have no other chance to win with me. I was angry that you weren't happy after winning. And I said, I was not happy because I had to injure you to win. I didn't want to injure you, dude. I respect and admire you a lot. I felt bad and regretted expecting you to tap so you don't hurt yourself. I should have chose to choke you in the beginning instead so it wouldn't be your choice. And then you wouldn't have this injury now. I felt/feel guilty. And then he said, you don't need to repent. Everything has a sacrifice. What the hell, guys?
That's an interesting interaction there. Yeah.
Yeah, that is, man. Does that kind of thing happen often after matches where you're chit-chatting with your...
I'm usually cool with all my opponents. You know, I was just, after the match, I shook his hand. I was respectful, like always. I was just not smiling because I was freaked out.
So
one of the people at Evolve that I trained with, they were making a video of my match, and they're like, shit, Mikey, there's no video of you smiling. Like, it was really hard for them to edit a video of me winning this match because I'm just like, I look like I lost, but I have a belt on my arm.
Yeah, that was quite a moment, man. I'm amazed he could even stand afterwards, like for the
so
decision.
He stood for a few seconds. He was walking a few seconds, like limping. And then when he tried getting down from the cage, he fell basically, and they had to carry him out into a wheelchair.
Jeez, man.
Well, let me. I want to share.
So I think the adrenaline probably helped him a little bit when he got up, and then all of a sudden, like that was it, and then he just collapsed. You know.
Well, this is what. Yeah. So I spoke to Chatri yesterday, and he told me what the doctor told him, and he said it's like a motorcycle accident where the guy's leg completely came off.
Every part of his leg came off. I felt it.
Yeah, Mikey, I know you're a big pasta guy. That leg was like spaghetti, man. It was al dente by the time you were done with it, man.
Hell dente.
Yeah, let's just listen to how horrible some of this is, though. I'll just read. This is what Chachu told me. The doctor at the hospital described Gantimer's injury as akin to a motorcycle accident where the leg completely detaches. That's how bad the knee was, meaning he completely ripped off his MCL, ACL, LCL, and meniscus. There was nothing holding the knee together except muscle. The ankle was broken. Catastrophic injury, potentially career ending. I don't know if he's out for a year or if he's out forever.
Yeah.
Not a wise
how
move.
do I not feel guilty? You know what I
Well,
mean?
look,
Like, how do I
think
it's
it's
my
not your fault,
This action of
Mikey.
him
He should have
getting hurt.
tapped, you know.
No, he should have tapped, and obviously he has mental problems. Like, he's insane, and I should. I don't know. I just feel horrible. I wish that he wasn't in this position now, and I'm also pissed at him that he put me in this position.
Yeah, and
Well,
it seems crazy, Mikey, but there has been a little bit of hate towards you. People kind of like acting like you should have done something else or something. But I feel like there was
like a good 15% of the people, 10% of the people are saying that, like, pissed at me.
well,
Like,
the
I didn't know
responsibility
what to
clearly
do.
is his. Yeah, yeah.
Like,
It's crazy,
I'm in
man.
that spot. Like, I didn't know what the correct path for me to go. Like, that's why my face was so confused, because I'm like, do I keep breaking his leg? I'm supposed to finish this match. I have to finish the matches I'm in. That's my job. You know, I'm getting paid to finish these matches. So then, or do I just let go and do something else? Like, I didn't know what to do. I feel like I did the correct thing. I kept going to finish the match.
I mean, that's what I would have done. I'm not a BJJ black belt. I don't know anything about grappling in terms of the competition side, but I feel like if I was that close to a tap and you're feeling all these tendons snap and stuff, you'd think it's coming,
like, it's
right?
only a
Like,
matter of time he's going to tap, right? Because in my
Exactly.
mind, I was like, all right, if every part of his leg is gone, like, he has to tap eventually. But the only thing that was left were the muscles. So, again, if we would have switched to a calf slicer, that would have broke his hamstring. That would have tore his hamstring in half, like I did on the other side. He had ice on his other leg after I did the calf slicer hamstring thing, on his other leg also after the fight. So if I would have done that on that same leg, that might have, like, separated his leg.
Mikey,
Crazy,
what
man.
what do you think? Some people are saying the referee should have stepped in, or his corner should have thrown the towel.
So
Do you
after the
think
match, what I found out, all I had to do, this is what
just stand him up?
if I would have just stood up and walked
Yeah.
away. First of all, if he would have stood up and wrestled with me, then you guys would have seen me have the best wrestling ever.
He may not have been able to stand up after that, right?
No,
Like, if he had to
exactly.
stand up,
That would have ended the match. That would have ended the match immediately, because they would have saw that he couldn't walk, and then they could have stopped it. Because the ref was freaked out with me. When I left the cage, the ref was Professor Shaolin. He was freaked out also, because he heard the knee popping like I did. So only me and him heard what was going on, and everyone else just saw his face like a poker face. So you guys are like, oh, he must be very flexible. But he's actually just tearing his knee.
Wow.
Well, Gordon here, one of our big fans. What's up, Gordon? Says, don't worry about the haters, Mikey. It's a tough spot to be in. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Gordon. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't really know. Like, again, I've never been in that situation. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, Mikey,
Yeah.
You're obviously a very popular guy in jiu-jitsu, but I feel like this fight, just because of the crazy circumstances, has sort of really transcended jiu-jitsu and even won championship. Like, I was seeing this kind of on big MMA sites and stuff. Are you feeling like this one has gotten a little more buzz than usual just because of the way it happened?
It got like 10 times more buzz than, like, if the match was a usual match. You know, like, it definitely went viral. My DMs and messages have been going crazy. But I kind of hate that this is the reason it went viral, you know? I do think that I'm trying to think of the good out of everything. That's what I always try to do. The only thing I could think of is the MMA fans that have no idea what jiu-jitsu is. They will respect jiu-jitsu more now because they see the danger in it. So I feel like MMA fans that don't really know even what MMA is, they enjoy watching it and Muay Thai because they see a knockout could happen. they know it's dangerous. Like someone's gonna get punched in the face and someone's gonna get knocked out. So that's a basic premise for them to have, and then they can enjoy it. So now that they saw the damage that could happen in our submissions and how we could put someone to sleep, we could break their joints, I think that that will make them have that. They'll be able to enjoy jiu-jitsu more because of that.
Yeah, Mikey, this was my most popular tweet ever, I think. I got 300,000 views on it.
Oh my God.
266 retweets. These are numbers I never normally see. So, yeah, you made me famous as well, Mikey. Thank you.
Yeah, you still owe me that pasta.
I do, yeah.
And now, because of the tweets, you definitely owe me the pasta.
I'll get you 2. How about that? Or is there another dish you like?
No, just a spicy rigatoni.
All right.
But what about get the double portion? So 2 would be nice.
Okay, I'll get 2. Can I put it in some kind of cold pack to keep it cold? I don't know how.
I'll heat it up here. No worries. No worries.
All right, because I'll be coming to Singapore, I guess, for the March show. But will you be in February as well for the next...
No. I'm gonna. But if you come in March, my sister is gonna be on that card in March. She's gonna be debuting in one.
Oh wow!
Amazing.
Bit of breaking news there.
Yeah, tell us about your sister, Mikey. For the people that don't know, what's her story? What are her credentials?
Yeah, so my sister's a 5-time black belt world champion, also like me. Cool fact about her: she submitted me the most out of anyone in my life.
Wow!
Because we started training when we were kids together. I started when I was 4. She started when she's 6. So she's 2 years older than me. So she always bullied me my whole life. She's like a big brother, basically. Like just always beating me up. Like I remember when we were kids, we would train. She would get mount, trap both my arms, and just ground and pound me with slaps.
Oh man, my sister did that too.
Yeah. So yeah, she's making her debut in one in March. So cool. I'm so excited and proud for her. Something interesting about her: she's a full-time lawyer. And she she trains jiu-jitsu at night after work every night. Like she wakes up at 5 a.m., goes to work all day, comes home and trains at 7 at night.
Wow. Does she have a nickname? She should have like a legal themed nickname, like the judge or the executioner, the hammer of justice or something.
The hammer of justice. We don't have a nickname for her, but maybe you could come up with one. That's how I got Darth Rigatoni. A random fan came up with Darth Rigatoni and just stuck.
Well,
yeah,
Mikey,
you guys said
it's one of the best. Part of me. You guys saw the Darth part of me in this match, right?
We did.
No kidding,
we saw the Darth Vader-esque other side of you. Well, we got Anonymous here being a little bit salty in the comments saying, is his sister only going to grapple Sambo and judo girls too? What do you think, Mikey? Would you like to grapple some BJJ guys or what?
Anonymous, do you realize that this is my first match ever with a Sambo person? I've never competed with a Sambo person my whole life. 22 years competing in jiu-jitsu. So I've never competed with a Sambo person before. I don't know what you're talking about. One Championship wanted to do a series of Sambo versus jiu-jitsu. So they had the top jiu-jitsu athletes compete with the top Sambo athletes. So that was the only reason this happened. And my sister's going to be fighting a high-level black belt world champion as well, to answer your question.
Very cool. I read that as not so much a knock on you, Mikey, but on one championship, maybe, like looking at Danielle Kelly's last opponent. I think people are skeptical of the Sambo versus BJ.
Yeah. But hear me out. So one championship so what we realized was the sports Sambo people, they really weren't prepared to compete in jiu-jitsu. The rules are different. It's there's no chokes from the back in sports Sambo. Like I kind of learned about the rules. Now combat Sambo is more like MMA. So it has regular jiu-jitsu in it. So I think my opponent was a better opponent than a typical Sambo person, and he was a brown belt in jiu-jitsu as well. So he had the Sambo experience, and he had jiu-jitsu. So it was definitely the best, probably Sambo opponent they could have given me for this match.
Mm-hmm. And what about the guy you were supposed to fight? I'm trying to remember his name. He was Russian.
He was a sports Sambo guy, Saizan or something.
Yeah, so this was probably tougher in the end, right? Like a tougher matchup?
This was actually a tougher. Of course, I don't know. The guy could like be a really tough opponent. Much respect to him. I'm not gonna say that he's not. Especially after fighting this last guy, the toughest guy ever, right? So these Sambo people are built different, maybe. So, but yeah, this opponent probably had more knowledge in the sport of jiu-jitsu than the other opponent.
Yeah, I saw he walked out in his brown belt. I was a bit surprised by that. Like, I mean,
Yeah, because
I guess
he knows jiu-jitsu. So
he's a real jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah, he's a real jiu-jitsu guy, and he does Sambo. So at least he had experience in both.
Presuming he can, get healthy and compete again. Like, are you hoping to see him again in one? Like, you're rooting for this guy now?
Yeah, he's really cool. He's crazy. If I ever have a gym one day, I just want to recruit Mongolians, and I'll have the best team ever. None of them will ever get tired. None of them will ever break.
Yeah, it's a real warrior culture there, man. They have this thing called the three manly arts, I think, and it's like horseback riding, wrestling, and archery. Man, I love that. I love that factoid. It's like this is embedded in their culture. Like, to be a real man, you have to know how to shoot a bow and arrow, wrestle, and ride a horse. So these guys,
apparently
man,
not tap.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. It's yeah, I think it's a law there actually. No tapping allowed.
Yeah, tapping. Tapping is a law.
I saw, Mikey, you were mentioning before you kind of like to look for the silver linings, the positives on things. You mentioned on Instagram just how important it is for young fighters to tap. And I think, there's a lot of hotheads in combat sports, a lot of ego. So a lot of young fighters coming up may just think, I don't want to tap. But this is sort of for you, maybe a cautionary tale.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that at least if we could get that message across to the next generation that they have to tap and they see the consequences of not tapping, I hope that this lesson could be used for them, at least.
Yeah, Mikey, I had about 20, 100, maybe 100 people sharing our thing and the tweet and the Instagram post saying, just tap, bro, or something. That seems to be the phrase. Please tap,
Just
bro.
tap.
Yeah. So this is it, right? Is there a real culture, like Tom is saying, of people trying to be too tough?
Yeah, there's definitely a problem with ego. And I feel like ego will hurt you if you have too much ego. Ego is a great thing to make you train harder, work harder. But if you have too much ego, it's a detriment. And now this guy has to stop training over a year because of his ego.
Yes, he's going to be, well, it doesn't seem like he regrets it so far, but I think probably in a few weeks when he's still not able to train, he might start regretting it.
I don't know if it's like a win to him that he didn't tap against me. So he's like, oh, I didn't get submitted by the top guy. You know what I mean? Like if it's that. But dude, you can't train a year now. So.
Well, Mikey, we got some questions for you here in the chat. Some of our fans.
And I have answers. No.
Okay, good. Let us know if we're keeping you too long.
Sorry, guys. I just ate like one of the best Italian meals ever at Lucali in Singapore. So I'm really hyper right now. That's like me drinking alcohol. When I eat like a really good Italian meal, it makes me really hyper.
Well, that's a good segue, a really good segue, Mikey, for this question here. Does your sister have a similar diet? Can't wait for her debut. Says Gordon again.
Hey, Gordon. Yeah, I don't think she eats during the day. She just eats when she gets home from after training and working all day as a lawyer. Yeah, I'm so excited for her debut also, and I'm so proud of her, Like, nobody works harder than my sister working all day as a full-time lawyer and then competing. Like, she makes me feel so lazy.
Well, that's not true. You're far from lazy. I've seen this guy. He's relentless.
Yeah, you put up shame, man. You want to see lazy? I'll show you lazy.
Yeah. Well, BRD here is saying, are we going to see you doing some MMA or Muay Thai, Mikey?
Yeah, so I train at Evolve in Singapore, which probably has it. I'm almost certain it has the best Muay Thai kickboxing program in the world. We have like the best coaches, the best everything, I did like 7 years of Muay Thai as a kid, so I have some foundation of stand-up, right? So my plan is to study it for a year, train and learn, and see how fast I could progress. And it's definitely an interest of me to do an MMA match and to possibly work up my way in one championship to win the MMA belt. I loved MMA as a kid. I've been watching it since I could crawl. I've been watching MMA, so I would love to see what I could do in MMA. I feel like I could do very well.
Yeah, how do you feel about the striking side? Like, I mean, is it coming fairly naturally to you when you try it?
It's an art. Like, I see it just like jiu-jitsu, you know, it's so beautiful. It's definitely very painful and damaging, right? Like the damage that could happen from stand-up. And if you make one mistake, it's a knockout. It isn't like jiu-jitsu. You make one mistake, you get your guard passed or something happens, like you could take real damage, you know? But one thing I feel different about stand-up is calves, like your calf muscles. I feel like those guys have very strong calf muscles, and I don't really use my calf in jiu-jitsu. So it's a muscle that's underdeveloped for me. Like my whole leg is really, really strong, but I don't have calf muscles. So I feel like I have to build up my calf muscles. I'll give you an example. I tried jumping rope for like 15 minutes, like because all the Muay Thai people jump rope. I couldn't walk for a week because my legs were dead from that. But I'm in insane shape. I run 10 miles easy. Like some days I'll run 10 miles like nothing. I'll do all these different conditioning things. But jumping rope, my legs are dead because of the calf muscles.
Have you ever tried one of those weighted jump ropes they use in Thailand and stuff?
That's what I use.
Oh my God. But those things are horrible.
That's what killed me. That took my soul.
Oh my God. I thought I was in good shape. I tried using one of those one time and it was like the most humbling thing
ridiculous.
Ever. I was dying and I hit myself in the toe with it too.
Yeah, definitely. I did that too. But
that's terrible.
But so I have to work on my calf muscles. I think that's step one. Get the technique and cardio down because it is different, the cardio. And then we'll see where I take it from there.
Cool, man.
Well,
we've had you for a little while, Mikey. So sorry if we're keeping you too long, but
I'll talk for hours, guys. I love it. It's so much fun.
Oh, that's cool. Well, we have another question here just from one of Onglar's fans, Ong9. Asking, it seems you and Onglar got a nice, good relationship, watching some of the footage from the week.
Yeah, Onglar and me became really close. He's a brown belt under Durinho, and I got my black belt from Durinho. So we're from the same. He lives in the part of Florida I lived for 10 years, and he trains with all my friends that I grew up with, you know, living in Florida. So we instantly became best friends, and now I consider him a close friend of mine.
Mikey, you're going to have to get in line. Sorry, because I already said this to Stamp Fairtex. You know, she said she's his #1 fan. I had to tell her, I'm sorry, I am. You know, she's #2. You could fight Stamp for #2 spot in the Onglar fan club, maybe. How's that?
Where do I fit in? I like him too.
Yeah, you could be #4. Oh, you know, we could settle this in the circle, maybe. Just maybe some rock, paper, scissors, Mikey. I saw you playing rock, paper, scissors with the guys.
I have to throw that out there. So I'm the undisputed, reigning, defending one championship rock, paper, scissors champion. Me and Rod King had the title match before our press conference. And of course I won. Now I'm the reigning champ. And I'm going to be defending my title real soon.
It seems like you're hitting it off with... Sorry, go ahead, guys. Mikey,
I was just saying, Mikey, I think your audio's gone a bit funny. I don't know if you...
Oh, God. Am I better now?
It's just, it's a bit like, how to describe it? It sounds...
Yeah, a little crackly, a little...
Maybe if you go in and out of the chat, perhaps. I don't know. That might fix it.
Go out, like X out, leave?
Yeah, if you
click the link again.
Yeah, does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to see this video, guys, I can. Matt Lucas from Fairtex sent me the video. He did a backstage video of Stamp's fight week, and they filmed the rock, paper, scissors match. It's very interesting. So maybe I'll bring it up on screen. That could be fun. I might get a content strike. I don't know.
There he is.
There he is.
Oops.
Oh.
There he is.
Better?
I think it's better, yeah. All right.
Yeah. Sweet.
Okay, so what were we just talking about?
I was just saying, Mikey, I seen some of the footage of this rock, paper, scissors match. It's intense. It was being filmed by Stamp's trainer, yeah.
That's awesome. I was going to say, Mikey, it seems like you're getting along with like everybody at one championship. You were grappling with Anatoly Malikin. You're friends with Onglar. You're doing rock, paper, scissors with Rod Tang. Like,
Rod Tang and me trained also. Rotting and me trained backstage like before the face off at the weigh-ins. We were training. Oh my god, it's insane standing up with that guy.
Yeah, when you say training, like were you doing a bit of jiu-jitsu, a bit of Muay Thai with him?
A bit of both.
Yeah, that must have been terrifying.
I saw you were rolling with him, Mikey, in the circle.
The cage. Yeah, in the circle.
After the ceremonial weigh-ins, was it?
This is one thing you will not see in other organizations. How close all the one championship athletes are. You know, it's like a family. You know, we all became teammates when we were all in the red corner. Like, like we became so close, and like it's so much fun. You know, it's like the experience. It just becomes like one fun thing, and like I think that one championship is so special in that regard as well. How it changes the whole energy of fighting when it becomes just fun like that.
Well, here's some of the footage, Mikey, from the.
Oh, I never saw this angle.
It looks pretty intense, man.
So pause it a second. Pause it. I want to tell you the background of the bet. So basically, what happened was, Rotting threw down like 10 baht, and then I think someone else threw down 10 baht for Rotting to win. So they're like, pull out money, and I'm in my wallet. All I have is Singapore dollars and US dollars. I'm like, I have no cash. So then Angla takes out of my wallet a $20 bill, puts it on the table, which is like 660 baht. We realized this after.
So
and then the game began.
Yeah, I think here's the.
Oh, and then Superborn and Rodtang were strategizing for me. They start like they went in their corner. They started whispering to each other strategies. Like they were really brainstorming. They were trying to read what type of person I was. If I was a rock person, a paper person. So then we went, and he obviously thought I was gonna go rock, and I went scissors, and that was it.
Very
so
good.
Are you a scissors guy? If you had to pick your preferred weapon in rock, paper, scissors, what is it?
I can't disclose that, because I'm the reigning champ.
Of course.
I'm afraid that a competitor will study this footage, for future times.
Yeah, tape study. Yeah, I'm sorry for even asking. What was I thinking? Revealing trade secrets like that. Jeez.
This is you with Rodtang in the.
In the
circle,
cage.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, in the circle.
Just in the corner. I think you popped. There's Gary Tonin. Yeah, there you are. Ongla's watching.
So which fighters, Mikey, have you most hit it off with that you didn't know before coming to one championship?
So I'm really close with Stamp, Rodtang, and Angla. Those three I'm really close with now, like teammates. Like when one of us wins, I run up to them celebrating.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. We Nick and I know those three very well too, and it's hard to blame you for that.
They're the best.
They're all great people. Yeah, for sure.
And I hear you're a fan of Anatoly as well.
Oh my god, yeah. I rolled with him before. I thought he was gonna break me in half. I was so scared.
He was probably scared too.
We got.
I think everyone's gonna be scared of you after that last fight. Everyone's gonna be thinking twice about grappling with you, man.
Well, there's some questions here.
There's no danger.
Just tap.
I'll give you time to tap. I'm not gonna break anything on you if you just tap.
What is next for Mikey Angelo Gomez?
Okay, so I'm most definitely competing. I'll say competing so people don't get mad. Competing on the one championship card in May in the US. The debut of one in the US. That's what's probably next for me. It's gonna be so special to be on that card. But I'm also going to be doing something new on that card. I'm going to dance when I walk out.
Yeah.
Are you going to be taking some notes from Stamp and Rodtang?
Yeah. I'm going to be getting a private lesson with Stamp for dancing.
Okay.
I plan on walking out the Cotton Eye Joe and dancing.
Oh man, that's a great walkout song.
I'm
surprised nobody's.
Yeah.
I'm surprised nobody's walked out to that before.
I think I can pull it off. Because Cotton Eye Joe is a lot of white people. I don't have any Latino or any other blood in me, and so the white people dancing skills are pretty bad. But I feel like I can pull that one off.
Yeah, I think I'm excited to see that, man. I don't know even if that song has really like a beat. It's so fast. You're gonna have to be moving pretty quickly, I think, to dance to
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna prepare, of course. I'm gonna be ready.
Yeah.
But usually you guys see me run to the circle as fast as I can because I'm so nervous and shaking. This match, I'm gonna dance.
Did you
see, that's
almost
what's
fall
fun.
over, Mikey? I saw you like, nearly trip on the way down to.
Yeah, I almost tripped.
Yeah. I was. Oh no, he's about to go head over. Yeah.
But you see, this is what it's about. You know, it's about the whole experience, and like it's such a fun experience. One championship, and everyone's so like it's just such a fun time. It was like my favorite thing ever.
And you were in Manila as well, right? Angelo saw you there. I think we saw you walking around the hotel.
Yeah, I met you briefly there. Yeah.
Yeah, because I just love being in one championship. Like it's just so much fun to be in these events and like hang out with Shatri, hang out with Matt Hume. This is how awesome Shatri is. So when we were at the One Manila event, there's 2 events. You know how they have them morning and night. Shatri, we went to the morning event of the one in Manila, and then after the one morning event, me, Leo Vieira, and Shatri went and trained in the middle of the day.
That's awesome.
And then we went to the night event. You know,
Tom and I went to have like disgusting greasy food. I think in
I think we went to Chili's.
Yeah. But like it just shows you how like we all love martial arts, right? And it's just the appreciation and love of martial arts, and like it's beautiful and it's so much fun. I can't wait for the Americans, the people from my country, America, to see this event. You know, I think that it's going to be very special for them to see it live. And I have a feeling that this is going to, not a feeling, I know this is going to explode in America once they see this live, you know, because I've seen UFC events, like it's completely different and it's like a billion times better.
Are you coming to Indonesia? Ask Kakang Rudianto.
Sebentar lagi. That means in Indonesian soon.
Okay,
nice. Yeah, the next event was
lagi what type of food do I want? Nasi goreng.
Oh man, that's one of my favorite foods.
It's so good, but
so good.
So you have to. So this is a tip with nasi goreng. There's many different tribes in Indonesia, and each of them have a different nasi goreng. The best one by far is the Java tribe one.
Okay, good to know, man.
Yeah. So if you're in Indonesia or you're just eating Indonesian food, try to get the Java version of the nasi goreng. It's the best.
That's the kind of intel that I like. That's the kind of inside information that I need in my life, man. Food tips. I love that.
Aku suka nasi goreng banget. I said I like nasi goreng a lot.
Well,
I'll second that.
Yeah, one championship was meant to be in Indonesia next month, right?
I wanted to do that one also. Another
Tom,
cool thing.
Tom bought his flights already from Canada to Jakarta.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so I'm going to the next.
Let me ask you something about Canada. Let me ask you. So why do they have a chain called Boston Pizza?
I have no idea, man.
Boston is not known for pizza at all. Like, what is the deal with that?
I don't know. I honestly can't tell you. And when you go into a Boston Pizza, there's like no visible connection to Boston. Like
that's what I mean. So like, what is their deal with it?
I have no idea. And I'm pretty sure it was founded by a Canadian guy. It's just Canada's full of weird stuff like that. That doesn't make any sense, man. You should come up here. I'll show you all the weird stuff we have.
I've been to Toronto one time, and the first thing that I learned when I went to Toronto, that Alexander Graham Bell was from Toronto. I mean, he was from Canada, not Toronto, but he was from Canada. And you guys take credit for inventing basketball.
I don't think we take credit.
The guy was living in America, but he was born in Canada when he invented basketball. So you guys take credit for it.
I think that's fair, right?
I don't know. He developed it in my country.
Well, all right. We're gonna have to fight about this one, Mikey.
Well,
that's
we
okay.
got
you guys can have basketball.
I'm kidding.
Your Indonesian's getting better. And how does Tom know nasi goreng?
From eating it. They've got it in Singapore too. Yeah, I'll be in Indonesia in like a couple of weeks. As Nick said, when we thought this one championship show was going to be in Jakarta, I bought tickets to go to Jakarta So now I'm still flying to Jakarta and then jumping over to Bangkok a little while later.
Oh, let me respond to Kakang. Makasih banget Kakang. Aku punya pacarku dari Jakarta, jadi aku bisa nang pakai bahasa Indonesia.
Damn.
Amazing,
How many
Mikey.
languages do you speak, Mikey? I heard you also got Portuguese in there, and
I speak fluent Portuguese and English. And other languages, I know a lot of phrases and stuff, but I'm going to learn Thai now. That's my goal. Especially because one is gonna have events in Thailand every weekend, and I'm in Singapore, so I'm like 2 hours away. So I was already talking to Shachi about it. I want to like do many of the one cards in Thailand. So I want to learn the language, get to learn the culture more, and then I can connect with the fans.
That's awesome, man. I love that you want to learn the language to connect with people. That's a really cool thing.
It's such a it's so awesome. I love learning about languages and cultures. It brings us all together, and then you see like all these differences between us. We're so similar, us humans, but and the differences that we have, they're actually so interesting, and we could appreciate them.
Well,
that's really well said, man.
Our man Grant is still out in Bangkok, staying for the Lumpinee event. He was at Bangkok as well. I'm a bit sad I won't be there, but I had to come home. But are you going to be flying back, Mikey, to Thailand to watch it?
No, I can't this time. I wanted to, but right now I'm focusing on studying. I'm studying for like this business thing I'm doing, so I have to focus on studying right now.
God, what can't you do? Do everything.
Yeah, you're a busy man. Do you have any free time?
Just
not
don't
really.
become a journalist covering one championship. You'll take our jobs, please. Just leave us alone.
That's the next step for you, I think, right?
Yeah.
The man that can do everything.
A YouTube channel. Well, yeah, we wanted to talk a little bit about Lumpinee, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on the rest of the show, Mikey, as well, because we were meant to do a little bit of a recap.
Recap of my event or the next event?
Just the one from Saturday. Yeah, like what else did you really enjoy watching? I know you. So
this was like the best card ever. This was like my favorite card because every athlete on this card I was a huge fan of. Let's first start. First was Gary Tonin from America, like a leg lock legend. Like he's known, and like so amazing. And he had a beautiful Kimura finish in his match, right? Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Do you think he should have got a bonus, Mikey? We had a bit of a debate about that.
I think that if Shachi gives the bonus, he'll give it so we can't argue if we want it or not. If they feel we deserve it, we deserve it. If we don't, we don't. Bonus. Yeah, we
had a bit of a debate as well with Stamp. I spoke to Chatri yesterday, and he said, in hindsight, I should have given Supergirl a bonus as well. What do you think? Do you think they both should have got the bonus? That was a really good fight. It was my fight of I want to say fight of the night, but it was fight of the morning, shall we say.
So let's just move up the card, then we'll go to that. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'll go up every match. So, because I was watching each of them. So first was the Gary Tonin match on the main card. Then the next match was Rodting, correct?
I think Stamp was next, actually.
No. Rodting fought after Stamp?
Well, the first fight was Kim Jae-young and Shoko Sato.
Yeah, the Korean versus the Japanese guy. That was the first match of the whole card.
And then Gary
Tonin was next. And then I thought Rodting was after that, but I guess I was wrong. So I guess we are in Stamp. Okay.
Yeah.
So just to put into perspective how amazing Stamp is, she was preparing for an MMA Muay Thai match, right? And it was mixed rules. So she was doing a lot of jiu-jitsu training. And then she loses her opponent. And on one day notice, she accepts to fight Supergirl in a weight class above in kickboxing, So she didn't even do a camp for kickboxing at all. And she took that match on one day's notice in a weight class above. So it just shows you how much of a martial artist she is and how tough she is to do that,
Mm-hmm. And she had such a great performance in that fight.
And so she deserved the bonus so much for that match and what she did, stepping up like that to save the card. She knows that fans wanted to see her fight, and So she didn't care about the circumstances. She took it and she did it,
Yeah, she was awesome in that fight too. People kind of after the fact were debating, because it was very close, but that kind of takes away from her performance because Supergirl was so aggressive, but Stan's countering was so slick. Like she was really, she put on a great show considering she took it, like you said, on 24 hours notice.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it was insane.
Yeah.
And she almost was gonna do a grappling match. So they were looking for her to have an opponent, and she almost was gonna do a grappling match. So I was like, I got you. So I was gonna give her like a strategy for a grappling match on like 24-hour notice, but then she ended up doing a kickboxing fight.
Wow. Do you know who she was gonna grapple? Like, I'm just curious who they would call.
I had no idea. I had no idea, but it just shows you how she was just gonna jump to anything so she could stay on the card that, like, for the audience and everything. So that shows you how awesome she is, and like what a true martial artist she is, that she could just jump between MMA, submission grappling, kickboxing, and Muay Thai on the fly.
It's incredible.
Incredible.
I think the next fight after that, Mikey, was Rod Tang. If you want to get to that one. Yeah.
So Rod Tang is just the coolest person ever. I love hanging out with him. He's always making jokes. He's always just like really good vibes. So I became very close with him this trip. He told me he's gonna come to Singapore soon, and because he wants to start training for MMA. So I'm gonna help him with Jiu-Jitsu, and he's gonna help me with Muay Thai. So we're gonna collab. And
nice.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's why I feel good about if I train like a year of Muay Thai, especially training with Rod Tang and the Evolve team. Like I feel like I could learn really fast, guys.
And probably the same goes for him too, right? Training with you, he's gonna pick up the ground game.
He'll pick it up.
You guys
so
are a match
fast.
made in heaven. Yeah, it's hard to imagine actually anything scarier than you guys sharing skills like Mikey Musumeci with Rod Tang striking. That's nightmare fuel, man.
So, anyways, in the Rod Tang match, like his stand-up just looked insane, right? Like he doesn't get hit, and if he gets hit, it's because he wants to get hit, so he could exchange where he could get deeper punches. You know what I mean? Like if you see Rod Tang take punches, it's because he's giving the punches to get hit, because he knows he's not gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, he's crazy,
just so
man.
You guys understand what it's like to spar with Rod Tang. He was just playing around with me while we were standing. Him just doing that. When I move my hand like this, you see how like there's like a flame, like a little wind up to it. When he throws a kick, there's no wind up, and it's faster than my hand moving like this. That's how his hands. That's how his legs are. They're like hands, and they're so fast. It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah,
he's just a level above all his competition. Like he's another level. And I believe he's the face of Muay Thai and kickboxing for one championship and for the whole sport itself. And I think that the Americans are going to love Rod Tang. And I can't wait for them to start seeing him more and more.
He's got to be on that US debut, I think, right? If he's down to make the trip.
He better be, because me and him, I want to hang out with him. He's awesome.
They put him on the First Prime Video show, and I've said many times, like, it's always telling to me when one championship, like depending where one championship puts people on what cards and stuff, it says to me that they know that the American fans are going to like him, right? Because they're putting him on these prime cards and stuff.
There's 3 people that I want a contract that I get to be on the same card as them every time because it's so much fun. Ong La, Rod Tang, and Stamp. I want all 3 of them on the same card as me every event.
You guys should start a gang or a band or something, man. It's that's an awesome team.
Red corner.
That's sweet.
Well, Ong La has announced that he's already signed another fight, so that'll be his 3rd fight in 4 or 5 months.
He's
crazy.
The best. I love Ong La.
Yeah, I'm loving his work rate at this age of 37. He just doesn't give a damn. He's going for it.
He was the next fight on the card, actually.
Person. And he's so respectful also, Like, he doesn't talk crap. He's, like, such a good dude,
Yeah, well, as Tom said, that's a good segue again. Ong La was the next fight, and he came out. He was so ridiculously popular. There was a lot of Burmese fans in the Impact Arena. There's Burmese fans everywhere.
Half of the arena was from Myanmar. Half of the whole arena was from his country, and they all came to see him fight. That's how many fans came for him. Like, how insane is that?
Yeah,
crazy,
very, very, very popular. Some people were surprised, but if you've been following One Championship for a while, Ong La is bigger than Ronaldo is in Portugal, bigger than Messi is in Argentina.
No, it's
It's
amazing.
insane, yeah. But he got it done quick. I think we were all expecting it. Yeah, 40. What was it? 1 minute, just over a minute. Beating Gilberto Galval, first round TKO.
Funny story. The whole week I was Galval's translator because no one spoke Portuguese that was around us. So I ended up being like the translator the whole week for everything that he wanted, and then he kept talking to Ong La, and I was like the in-between person, just constantly translating what he was saying.
What kind of stuff was he saying to Ong La? Mostly friendly stuff, I take it?
All friendly, like super respectful, like just like it's an honor to compete with you. He was talking about his children, like stuff like that.
Oh, cool. Very cool. That's
yeah,
awesome,
great
man.
guy. I imagine he's going to be doing that Fan Wrong fight that was originally scheduled, but we'll see.
I feel like I should have gotten a pay from One Championship for my Portuguese translation.
I think you should have. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. Seriously, man. That's awesome that you can do that. You really are a jack of all trades, Mikey.
He's good. Yeah, he's scarily talented at everything. It's
no,
insane.
I don't know.
Were you the next fight then after Ong? Is that right?
Yes, right, I was the next fight after Ong.
So
and I predicted Ong was gonna finish his match in a minute. I told my friends, I was like, all right, Ong is up. I'm up right now. Like I have to be ready to fight right now because I think he's gonna finish the match in a minute.
You were right, man.
Yeah, well, we did all of your fight at the beginning, so unless you have anything else to add, we will. Yeah, what do you think of Super Lek? Did you watch that? Did you have time to go back?
Of course, I watched every match over. I've already watched the Super Lek match like 6 times at home in Singapore. Because I just love studying Muay Thai, and so technical Super Lek. He's so beautiful, like how he was his knees, like everything he was working was so beautiful. I think that it was such an awesome match. Like it was a war. The guy from Spain, I forgot his name. What is his name?
Daniel Puertas.
Daniel Puertas came out to fight. He really came to fight, and it was a tough match between both of them. Like it was a war, and both of them wanted that belt so bad. And I was so happy for Super Lek to finally win that title. And
what do you think, Super Lek v Rodtang?
I'm Team Rodtang, guys. Me and him are BFF. So I am biased. I like Super Lek too. He's awesome, but Rodtang and me are homies. So I'm Rodtang all the way.
That'd be a crazy fight, man.
Yeah,
it will be insane. It will be insane. I think,
but we might not see it.
Yeah, I don't know.
We got this Grand Prix, right? Who knows if one of them's in the Grand Prix? We may not see that fight.
That's gonna be so crazy. The Grand Prix, $1 million, but I just am scared for like a small guy versus a heavyweight. Like it's so scary.
Yeah,
that's sort of the debate, right? Is like, should they do true open weight where anyone can enter, or should they like cap it at lightweight or something?
I think if they make the matches, like if they make these matches and they make it like stylistically, some people, like this, like a brute heavyweight that just has insane power, that isn't that technical, I think would be very dangerous for a small guy,
Yeah.
Well, you can all head to SCMP again, South China Morning Post, scmp.com. I had an interview with Chatri about this very topic. We're talking about Alistair Overeem, who was there, cage side.
Yeah, I met him.
Yeah. He seems to be denying that he contacted one. Chatri says it's BS. But he was talking about this a little bit lower down in the article. These are all free, by the way, guys. There's no paywall on the SCMP martial arts content. But he was saying, yeah, we want technical fighters, Mikey. It doesn't matter if you're just big. We want the most technical.
Perfect. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Because I know what One Championship wants to do is they want to show the beauty of martial arts, like the purity of it. So that's why if it's technique for technique, then the size definitely matters more in Muay Thai than it does in Jiu-Jitsu, of course, because it's like punching and kicking, right? But at least if it's more technical, I feel like it'll be more beautiful to watch for sure.
I don't really think they're even going to call on that many big guys, right? Because you look at the biggest stars one has in Muay Thai, Superbon, Rod Tang, these guys, Nongo, they're all kind of in the lower weight classes. There's not really that many huge Muay Thai guys in one. There's Roman Kriklia, but he's a kickboxer, so they may not even need to call any heavyweights. They've got a great roster of Muay Thai fighters.
I would prefer it to be all the small guys because they're
me too.
exciting. It's so much fun to watch. Like Nongo is fighting this weekend, and like that guy has the craziest kicks ever, right?
He's crazy, man. And it's so much power in his hands too. It's just ridiculous.
I don't think people realize how much like the Americans, because they're only used to watching MMA. I think that when they watch Muay Thai on One Championship and kickboxing for the first time, their mind's gonna be blown how beautiful these Muay Thai and kickboxing are. It's like when I watch it, it reminds me of Jiu-Jitsu with the highest level guys because it's art. You know what I mean? A lot of times in MMA, you'll have strikers, and I see the strikers now in MMA as blue-purple belts because I've been watching the Muay Thai kickboxing. But if you don't know any better, you think they're super high level, right? But now that you're watching the kickboxing and the Muay Thai, you see how high level these guys are.
Yeah, well, that's a good segue. Again, for that main event, we had the number 1 and number 2 pound-for-pound kickboxers in the world.
I was sad with that match.
Superbon. Yeah, I know you're friends with Superbon now. We love Superbon as well.
We all became friends.
Yeah, he's such a nice guy.
I became one of the Thai fighters. I was an honorary Thailand person this time.
Yeah, it was tough to watch.
I was hard for me to watch. I was really upset. What is the other guy's name? He's from Belarus, right?
Chingiz Alazov, yeah, who is also, I must say, a very nice man. And
he's probably such a nice guy. I just was Team Superbon, so I was biased. I have a biasness toward him because I like him. So but I was upset. But great performance by the other guy.
Were you surprised at all by that?
Oh,
I think a lot of people were pretty shocked.
Yeah, I was shocked too. Because Superbon's like the most so technical and smart and tactical, but he just got caught. It wasn't his day. So, but I believe Superbon will train really hard and prepare for the rematch, and I believe that rematch will be beautiful to watch. And so it's going to be really exciting to see him come back from this and get the belt back.
All right. Well, we got a little bit more time. If Mikey's still able to hang out.
Yeah, please. I'm having fun.
Yeah,
that's great fun, man. We are too.
There's some questions in the chat. I guess we can just throw at you.
Let's do it.
Tammy Gomez asking who's your favorite female fighter in one apart from Stamp, of course.
And your sister doesn't count because she hasn't joined yet.
Oh, my sister. I was gonna say my sister. That counts. She's signing with one.
Okay, all right.
My sister.
Other than those two.
All right.
Anybody else that really has caught your eye that you will enjoy watching? Just out of curiosity.
All the women. I love Panda. She's awesome.
Yeah. Do you get any rounds with her at Evolve?
I train with her all the time. Yeah, I train with Panda all the time. She's awesome. Like such a nice person, good heart. But I'm a big Stamp fan.
Well, we had another question about someone Pan Payak, is it? You're training with at Evolve.
That's someone I want to train with so bad. He trains at Evolve at another location. Mostly at Far East Square, but I'm going to start training with him as well. He's so amazing, I know that he's beaten Super 8 times. I don't know if you guys knew that. He's 8-3 versus Super something crazy like that.
Yeah, the rivalry is insane,
technical, Pampaya.
Yeah.
So I can learn so much from him as well. So I want to go train with him a lot when I'm doing Muay Thai for sure.
We know your guys in one are Stamp and Rod Tang and Ongla. One of my guys is Hiroki Akamoto, the Japanese kickboxer. Do you get any rounds with him?
I love Hiroki. He's amazing. Yeah. Hiroki's awesome.
Yeah. Do you train with him at all?
No. He only does kickboxing, and I don't want to die. So
fair enough.
I'm not training with him.
He's a cool guy, though, eh?
Oh yeah, he's such a nice guy, and he's so hardworking. You'll see him on the mat hours just by himself, hitting the bag, doing workouts. He's such a dedicated, hardworking dude. And I can't wait for him to fight again. Petchetong, right? That's how you say his name.
Yeah, Petchetong. Yeah.
Petchetong's amazing, also, right? But I feel like their rematch will be crazy.
A lot of big rematches to be made.
Yeah, what do you think about Tommy Langacker? I think one of the Rotolos was calling him out. I think Cade,
It was Cade.
different weight class. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm good friends with Tommy. He's awesome. Viking power. He's a Viking. He's a modern day Viking. So I think he fights in the 1-7 competes. I'll keep saying competes. Everyone gets mad when we say fight. So
let's take a stand, Mikey. He
Let's
fights.
take a stand. Yeah.
Yeah, we're taking a stand over here.
Then there's gonna be like 10 annoying comments like on this. Oh, it's not a fight. You know what I mean? So
what do these people know about fighting? I'll take your word for it over there, as Mikey.
So Tommy is in the 170 weight class, and I think he's competing against the Sambo world champion on the card in February next month. Yeah, so he's gonna have a match with him, and I believe that he'll definitely be competing for the belt very soon. And that's gonna be exciting. He has such an aggressive attacking style, and the Rotolo is obviously the best right now, right? So it'll be just a really entertaining match for everyone.
If I can follow up on that, Mikey, like if you look out over the entire submission grappling landscape, not just in one, is there anybody, if you take contracts and stuff like that out of the equation, is there anybody you would love to see come to one to do some submission grappling?
Just in general, like to watch them compete?
Anybody, yeah, like to come join you in one.
I don't know. I feel like one already has the best 3 people that I enjoy. I enjoy watching myself, even though I'm very critical of myself, and the Rutolos. The Rutolos are like my favorite to watch, because they're just so exciting, and they don't stop moving and just attacking. And then we have Mateus Gabriel, who also has an amazing style. Hinata Canuto, which is always attacking. I don't know. I feel like our roster has like the best exciting guys, and we also have drug testing, So if you put drug testing into effect, 99% of the jiu-jitsu people are on steroids, right? So like the 1% are just me and the Rutolos, and so we have like the best part of jiu-jitsu here, and I'm excited for one to keep growing the drug testing in jiu-jitsu, because that's one big thing that I'm an advocate of, and I want them to push more and more. One, because it's going to help the next generation that they don't take as much drugs, right? Because there's so many people that advocate for drugs in our sport, which will keep us an amateur sport for a long time. So as it cleans up, it'll become more and more professional, and that's what one is doing.
Yeah, well said, man. Well said.
Well,
how close?
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Nick. No, I was just going to say how.
Also selfishly, I would love them to drug test so I'm stronger when I fight.
Yeah, fair enough, man.
Because then everyone has to cycle off at least a month. All these guys that take steroids, like injecting needles in their butt, they can't do it for a month if they're getting drug tested. So then I become like Superman for that month.
There you go, man. I mean, it's only fair. That's the whole point, right? It's
yeah. It's just my whole life having to fight these steroid guys. It sucks, it really does. It's not fair, but it made me the level I am today because I always had to overcome never being the strong guy against them,
Yeah, people don't really understand as fans like how people benefit from using steroids, right? Because most of us have never used them. But as a guy who's competing, like, have you felt the difference between someone who's juicing and someone who's not? Yeah,
it's ridiculous. They feel like a rock. So like, if you push my arm, like you'll feel like it moves, like my body moves. When you push a steroid person, it's like a rock. Like they feel solid, And I'm really strong for being natural, but I have a different type of strength, These guys have like this power, like rock strength, and their games are so reliant on it, You'll see people like say, oh, this person's so technical. This person's so technical. They're taking drugs because they need to force positions, If your jiu-jitsu is so technical, you shouldn't have to take steroids to make your positions work. You should have more variations, So that's why I got way more technical, because I couldn't just force things. Like a lot of the best people are able to because they have that extra strength from steroids.
Just muscling through things, I guess, right?
Yeah, so imagine you're doing a position. So basically, for people that don't understand jiu-jitsu, every reaction someone gives you, there's an answer, and then you could do your position. But these guys that are super strong, it doesn't matter what reaction the person gives you. They can just muscle through that reaction to make their position work. So that's why steroids are so beneficial for these athletes. But it takes away from the beauty of jiu-jitsu, which is not using strength and going with whatever your partner gives you, and problem solving. So it made me and Rutolo so much more technical that we didn't have that brute force to force things,
Mm-hmm. Well said, man.
Well, we probably got a little bit more time. I did promise people we would quickly preview the card tomorrow, so I don't know how much knowledge any of us has. Let's have a quick look at it. Why not? It is one Lumpinee.
So can we talk about Nongo's opponent? So could you tell me about Nongo's opponent?
Tom probably knows a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, he's good. He's a former champ. He's long. He's got a lot of power. Nick and I have both watched him knock a few people out live, I think. I know I certainly have. He's a baby face, right? He kind of doesn't look the part, but man, the guy can crack a lot like Nongo.
Oh, and he's from Russia.
Yeah, that's a good fight, man. It's a really good fight. I think Nongo will win because that's what he does. But yeah, that's a good fight. And it's who did Nongo fight last? I'm trying to remember. Was that the
Liam Harris?
Lobo?
Right?
Oh, Liam, of course. Yeah.
Oh, that leg kick, the one that Liam Harris fell from that leg kick. That was his last match.
Yeah, I think people, it's a shame this one's not, being broadcast to a U.S. audience because I think people would really like Nongo and his style, and
it is,
you didn't really get to see it in that Liam. Yeah, but it's not like on Prime. It doesn't have a big platform.
His technical level is just insane.
It's crazy.
I don't know if you guys. Something that I like to do in my pastime is to watch Nongo's videos that he posts every day of him kicking things. Holy shit!
He's crazy. He's so good, man.
Crazy.
And there's some good fights on here. I say good fights. I recognize precisely 2 names or 3 names what I can see on the screen. We got Prajanchai though. He's the former champion at strawweight. Lost to Joseph Lasiri, so that's a big name, well-established guy.
But guys, for everyone that doesn't know, these cards are gonna be every weekend in the Lumpinee Stadium. So like, it's so cool. One is gonna have these events every weekend for the Thai fans.
And these are not.
I'm thinking I'm thinking about just getting a house in Thailand so I could go to all these cards.
Me too.
I know. I don't know what their plans are, Mikey, as far as putting submission grappling. I know they have one MMA fight on this, and the rest are Muay Thai.
Yeah,
I don't know how they're planning.
I'm working on that. I'm trying to convince them.
Yeah, well, I think they probably will eventually, right? They need to fill up these cards. It's
I think they won't have a problem having a submission grappling match as long as it's exciting, and I feel like the Thai fans will appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Well, and yours are always exciting, so I think you'd be the guy they'd call on to do that. That'd be cool.
I just hope that we're not breaking anyone's legs this time, and there's like a nice tap.
That's true, but in a Muay Thai arena, there's a good chance someone's leg's going to break for other reasons. So maybe somebody else can have their moment in the spotlight for breaking someone's leg. Yeah,
exactly. I could just be on the outside of that this time.
Yeah. You can console them, tell them how it feels.
Yeah, I think Colton Kielbasa, what a name, by the way. I think he trains in Thailand. He's maybe with Supergirl, or I can't remember what gym, but watch out for him. Good prospect there.
One thing for the Americans, so you guys understand that are watching this, because this was something new that I learned living in Asia. So the people in Thailand, guys, whatever team they are, they take the last name of that team. That's something I never knew living in the U.S. until I started watching Muay Thai. So if you guys see a few of the people have the same last name, they're not related. They're teammates, and when they join a team, they take the last name.
That's right. Yeah.
And Stamp Fairtex.
Yeah. So Colton was at his Maroc Force, I think. Yeah. So he's watch out for him. There's some good fights, guys. You better watch it. We're going to do a fight companion here on the channel, so you can watch along with us and comment. And we'll have a live blog, all the usual stuff. Gordon's
maybe I'll call in when you guys are watching live.
Oh, Mikey, please do.
That'd be great.
If you've got nothing else to do, you can jump on.
What time is it?
I think 7:30. Yeah,
Yeah, 7:30. The first card's at 7:30 Singapore time, and then the second part it's broken down into 2 parts, and the second part's at 9. So yeah, if you want to jump in at any point, man, just yeah.
Okay, I'll keep in touch with you guys. I'll see if I'm free because I'm going with I'm taking all my teammates out to eat pizza Friday night. All the people that helped me here in Singapore for my last match. But if I get out fast, I'll go straight on to here with you guys.
Oh, sure. Just let us know. Great, you're welcome anytime. Yeah. Yeah. We'll if you want to find out how to watch it, there is an article on One Championship's website that explains it all wherever you are in the world. And from what I know, it's basically the same. It's going to be on all the One's digital platforms, so YouTube, Facebook, things like that. You can catch it there if you're in the US. I know it's on FanDuel TV as well in the US. Wherever you are, you can see it somewhere. It's not on pay-per-view or anything like that. I think it's on watch.onefc.com as well. So you can catch it. It's going to be a good show. I don't have much else to say about it. So we could wrap it up with Mikey here. Just
awesome.
Anything else you have to say? Yeah. Thanks for talking to us, man. Appreciate it.
No, I had so much fun.
Yeah,
just pleasure was ours, Mikey.
How long are you staying in Singapore then? You like permanently there now? Yeah,
so I'm permanently here. My goal is to get my MBA in the next few years. Chatri is my mentor and my idol. So my goal is to go to Harvard for my MBA like he did. So I'm living in Singapore. I train here in Singapore, and I'm going to compete at One Championship probably the rest of my life. And go to Harvard to get my MBA eventually. And that's my goal. And just slowly gain new things in life, new challenges, as well as competing constantly. And maybe go into MMA in the next year or so.
Mikey, Chatri's still a pretty young man, and he's in great shape. Obviously, I don't expect he's going anywhere anytime soon. But when he decides it's time to step down at One Championship, you're going to take that job and run the show at One with your MBA.
I don't know. I just want to learn from him. You know, he's like a parent figure to me. You know, I really love Chatri, and I'm really grateful for him. You know.
Yeah, he's a good guy, man, for sure. A good guy to have as a mentor. That's certainly if you're interested in business.
Yeah. Chatri,
but just in life, you know, he really helps me in life too as a person. You know, he really taught me about gratitude and like focusing on the positive of things.
Well, that seems like a good way to end, to focus on the positives. It's been a great show. One of my favorite ever. Thanks, Mikey. We've never had someone from One come and just shoot the shit for an hour and a half like that. Well, maybe we had Renier de Ridder one time after one of his fights, but that was because he was stuck in the hotel in Singapore. This was in the COVID days. They had nothing to do. So yeah, he just had a bunch of free time. But I really appreciate you giving us your time, Mikey.
It was so much fun. Have a good night, guys.
Yeah, we'll hopefully see you tomorrow. If not, yeah, I'll catch you whenever, maybe in Singapore.
Yeah, talk to you guys later. Peace.
All right, cheers, man. Thank you. Well, yeah, what a great guy, Mikey Musumeci.
The best. Yeah, seriously. I think we owe him, as you said, I sense you already owe him some pasta. We owe him.
Yeah, I do. I'm just worried about if I bring it and then it gives him food poisoning before a match or something. Maybe.
Are you bringing it from Hong Kong or something?
Yeah, because there's a special one of his favorite restaurants. They have a branch here. So,
okay.
You can keep it in some kind of cooler pack, maybe, so it doesn't. Awful. Because it's a 4-hour flight or something like that, and I'd have to get it and then go to the airport. It's going to be, 8 hours from door to door kind of thing, minimum. If Mikey's waiting for me at the airport, maybe.
If you had it in a little cooler bag or something, maybe it would survive. Yeah. I don't think it would survive the trip from Canada, unfortunately.
No, I don't think it would. It might have a chance. So we could resuscitate it from Hong Kong, but yeah, that is about it. We will be back tomorrow night, so tune in again around this time. The show will be a bit earlier actually, 7:30 I think, Singapore time. We'll do a little companion. We'll see how it is. If people want it, we don't know. We're in new territory here, new waters, whatever we call it, uncharted waters. We'll see if Lumpinee takes off. I hope it does. Just good to have stuff to talk about. Good to have fights to watch. Tom, anything from you before we get out?
Not really. Just stay tuned for more interviews, more articles. I've got some interviews coming up. I'm talking to Danielle Kelly tonight. I'm talking to the former champ Martin tomorrow. We'll have more stuff lined up next week. But yeah, just in the meantime, it's good to have some fights to talk about tomorrow. As Nick said, we've been lamenting for a long time not having fights more often. And this is, I think, a great thing for One Championship going forward, having these weekly cards, because it'll keep them in the headlines, keeps the fan interest up, and that's important for promotion. You don't want to be forgotten, in the space between events. So I think this is great. I'm excited.
Yeah, well, that's it, guys. I'm excited. Yeah, I also, everyone wish Kwang a happy birthday today. She is the secret guiding hand behind One Championship's Thailand presence. She is working so hard as well. It's her birthday today, but she's getting everything ready for Lumpinee. Wish her happy birthday. We'll see her next month as well. But yeah, happy birthday, Kwang. Anyway, that about wraps it up, everyone. Thanks for commenting as well. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. You know the deal. We've pushed on through 33,000. When did that happen? Nearly at 33,500. That is cool. Let's see if we can get to, I don't know, I'm going to set some wildly ambitious goal of like 50,000 by the end of this year. It's probably not going to happen.
Easy. No, we can do it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Shoot for the stars.
Yeah, have a good weekend as well, everyone. Yeah, let's see you tomorrow. Come join us. It's going to be a good one. All right. See you later.